I love where we are now as a company, but oh my gosh, I've made so many mistakes along the way.
If you purely enjoy the smile on someone's face when they try your product, then yes, you need to get that out and you need to get it to the world.
We're back
in action.
Yeah, so our I think our second podcast has gone live. Our launch dates are going to be like either every Monday or Tuesday. We're going to launch one episode.
Okay.
And so
I guess I should figure out how I want to sit comfortably.
No, you're good. But the thing to talk about is that people don't know, but they're going to know now because we're going to tell them. But we recorded, this will be our third podcast this week.
Yeah.
Because we had to play like makeup.
We did. Well, because we had last week and then this next week.
Right, exactly.
So pre-up and makeup.
Yeah, last week I was gone to Montana, so we made that one up, I guess, on Monday. And then yesterday we recorded that week's, and then we're recording this one ahead of time because we're being proactive.
That's right.
Yeah, I like that. I'm very reactive
Yeah,
person.
me too.
I am a super reactive person, so being proactive is really nice to be like, oh, look,
this was totally on purpose.
I'm ahead of time.
Yeah.
Well, I figured if we just said, hey, we're going to do it every day, even if we didn't, if we missed a day, we were still doing better than not.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Who knows? Maybe we'll film some tomorrow too.
I love
you
it.
know?
I love it.
Never know. So I'll be gone.
Where are you going next week?
Yeah, I'll be gone next week for the cruise. And we can talk about it now because this episode will air after. But Aubrey has no idea that we've been upgraded to a suite. By we, I mean my parents have.
Baller suite, though.
It's super nice. I'm really excited about it because it's a 2-bedroom suite. So originally we had a balcony room. My parents had a balcony room, and we were just going to, they have like a little door in between the balconies, and they were going to open it. So that's how we were going to be able to like go over to my parents' side, or they would come to us. So it's through the balcony. But now we have a 2-bedroom suite. So we're all going to be together. We still technically have our room because my parents are the ones that got the upgrade. So we have a balcony room somewhere on the ship as well.
And a party room.
My parents were like, hey, one night we can watch Letty so that y'all can go out to dinner and like do whatever, you know? And I was like, well, maybe I'll take her back to the room, if you know what I mean. You know?
Yeah. That's what it's for, though.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's what it's for.
So we also said, you know, you never know. Maybe we want to nap Letty in that room or something because it's just like easier than having to, because her bed situation. But I don't know. Maybe we'll never even go to that room. Who knows? But Aubrey has no idea. It's a really cool 2-bedroom suite called the Aqua Theater Suite because they do a water show on the back of the cruise, and like they have these Olympic.
I don't even know this part.
Oh yeah,
go ahead.
So the back of the cruise ship has this size cruise ship.
Yeah, like
has a pool,
like a Cirque du water situation.
Yeah, it's a pool that's like probably like 15 feet deep.
Wow.
And they literally have people like jump off like higher elevations and do dives in the pool, and they're all like Olympic and.
That's
like
so crazy.
Collegiate.
Have you ever
like
been up high and like looked down at something like that? I've not ever dove into a pool like from high, but the thing looks like you're diving into nothing.
And it hurts.
Oh yeah, hitting the water from high. I've jumped. I've had to jump off high things into water, but no.
Yeah. And so, but no, it's really cool because that show gets sold out.
Yeah.
But we can sit on our balcony and watch the show every night. It's really dope.
That is dope.
Yeah. And
boss move.
Yeah, and this room also comes with what they call a Royal Genie, which is essentially like a butler service. So our plan I've been on one cruise that had it before, and I feel like I underutilized the service because you don't know what to do.
Yeah, and it's hard to be like, bring me a fresh towel.
Yeah,
please.
But so that's not so for me.
You can.
Well, my dad called me today while I was at the gym, and he was just like, "Hey, we got to figure out like what our routine is because I don't know if you know, but Mom and Dad have been working out like."
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, we're gonna work out on the cruise, and I was like, I'm really proud of you.
Hell yeah.
And just so people know, my parents are in shape, but they just don't work out, and I feel like weight training, resistance training is just good for longevity.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can look at people and be like, they're not in bad shape, but like they don't.
Man, you got to keep your heart healthy, your lungs healthy. That's a whole different topic, but like
bones,
older people lose the ability to live their life because they get too weak to live their life.
Yeah, but lifting weights help with bone density.
Oh,
and everything.
Absolutely. But I mean, get up and off the toilet yourself.
Right.
Pick up some groceries. Like when you just can't do that stuff, you kind of can't live.
So they were like, we like to work out in the mornings, and they get up at like 5:30 in the morning. They like to do their devotional, get to the gym. So I was like, I have an idea. Why don't y'all just do your morning routine, go to the gym in the morning, come back to the room at like 7:30. We'll be up by 7:30, and we'll have the butler Jeannie deliver room service breakfast to us. So then, because there's a dining room table and everything in the room, so
Amazing.
we'll have breakfast. So we talked about that, and so I'm getting excited. I'm just so excited to see Aubrey's reaction.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is gonna be great.
I know.
And then Letty is just gonna be. Like,
Oh yeah. Well, it makes what the hard works, makes the hard work worth it. You
Right.
know. I know.
Well,
I know
it
your
makes my
parents
parents
are.
hard
Well, I
work.
know your parents are involved too, but
Yeah.
so they get to see that reaction, right?
Yeah.
But you're involved too, so you still get to see that reaction from
for sure.
And then honestly, they get to see your reaction of the reaction.
Yeah.
Whatever, man. Families. That's
So-
what we have. That's yeah.
Yeah,
That's what makes all their BS worth it.
we'll obviously do YouTube on the cruise because I mean our cruise vlogs are people's favorite things.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
just because we just always have fun. It's a blast. But yeah,
You got your shirt off.
I am. Yeah, I'm just super excited for this trip. I don't know. Anytime I take you, same way. Anytime you take your kids, you're just more excited.
Yeah, man, it's different. And, Letty, as she gets older and gets more and more personality, oh, man, they say more, they do more, they see more, they're around more, they're all over the place. So, I mean, it'll be great. She's going to have a blast.
Yeah, there's a rock climbing wall next to our room, too. So hopefully, we can get
Make
Letty
sure
to
you
do
bring her
that
some
stuff.
little, baby seasick stuff, even if she's never did it before. And just have
Yeah,
it.
she didn't on the last cruise.
Okay.
So, but yeah.
Oh,
and
man.
then
I get seasick, y'all, and it's terrible. If I saw my kid having it, I would much rather be seasick for them, and it's the worst feeling ever.
they have a like a 8-story slide too.
That is awesome.
You've never seen the ship, have you?
No.
All right. Well, I'll pull it up. Everyone else won't be able to see it. They just have to Google what the harmony of the seas looks like.
Okay.
But I'll just show
Jamie,
Adam.
can we pull that up? Is it? Oh, damn, we don't have one of those yet.
Yeah. We don't have a maybe whenever.
We got a super dope big screen right there. Y'all can't see it, but we can get a different angle soon.
I could probably get him to overlay a picture of Harmony of the Seas on the.
We'd have to take the camera off your Lamborghini and find something else to hold
Yeah,
it up.
I know, right? So there it is. That's the back of the ship.
Dang!
So that's the slide, and that's our room right here. This room, and this is where they do all the diving.
Dang, what
See
is
that?
this? What is this called?
We're going on the Harmony of the Seas.
Harmony of the Seas with that nice little kidney bean shaped thing in the back there. Look at that.
Yeah, so that's the pool that they
aesthetic.
say they dive off of this into the water, and then this is a slide that goes all the way down to this deck. So,
Dang.
yeah, maybe
I want to party on this boat with it docked,
Yeah, maybe Eastman will throw in some
not at sea.
stuff to this, but
Yeah. All right, cool.
so
Do it up, EC.
But yeah, so that's that. And then the trip that we just got back from was the Montana trip. So we kind of announced it on our stories, but not really. But we bought some land in Montana. Really excited about that. Aubrey's brother, I really like it. Her brother, a lot of fun to hang out with. They have chickens and live that kind of we do it
That's
ourselves
cool, man.
lifestyle. They got some donkeys.
Respect,
chickens.
man. I go back and forth. I'll go, man, I'd really like to do that. And I think there's something completely fulfilling about that.
Oh, yeah.
But then, my personality, I would be like, no, I want to go do this other thing
Yeah.
now. And, you got to commit to that life.
Well, yeah,
you
because
know,
so he shoots an elk every year, or
Mm-hmm.
every year that he can. Some years you just don't get an elk, but he always gets a deer. So, but they shoot. So they have their own meat. They
Man, my dad's
have
family's from the
eggs and-
country, man, North Texas, South Oklahoma, just kind of rural as hell. So that's all super. I mean,
Yeah, but I
freezer's
think-
full of meat. You
But
know, that's common.
I think a flex that we're seeing now is as people get richer, they're starting to live this life. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, you definitely. If you want a comfortable off grid or off grid esque
Right.
life, yeah, you kind of need a good starting point. I've
Yeah.
seen that. Yeah, YouTube videos.
But Dave,
Or you have to be so skilled, man. I've seen these people that they have oh, you built all that for that, but then you're oh, you were capable enough to do all of that. Yeah, okay.
well, bring it up because it's just we have some friends that have a lot of money and they're building a home and they're building this chicken coop situation, all this stuff, and then they're sending their kids to a wilderness school, instead of traditional school where they teach them, and it's yeah, it just seems like it's a thing that a lot more
yeah.
affluent families are starting to do is get outside of the normal schooling system, put them into these
Well,
more
schooling's a whole nother topic, man. I don't even know how to touch on that, but yeah, I mean, yeah. Traditional school, traditional school, if you put your kid in a homeschool program, they're done with their weeks with their school in a couple hours of one day.
yeah.
School's full of so much fluff. Where it's like,
Well, school
this
was really
time-
built for a daycare.
Well, like
It was- School was
right,
built during the Industrial Revolution for people to be able to put their kids
their
into
kids
something
there.
and something so they could work, and to train the kids to be able to.
get into that same workflow,
Yeah.
mass manufacturing type situation.
And when a bell rings, go to your next thing.
shift,
Ring, yeah,
break,
yeah.
prisons.
But we can get into that another time. So, our Montana home, beautiful view. It's just that's what I fell in love with. Was the view. Is there any place that you would love to live?
Oh man, I like the idea of a lot of places. So you've have more. The places I would say are places I've not experienced. So you've experienced Montana, so you could say I like to live there. No, I was fortunate enough to travel overseas a bit when I was younger, and so I got to see. I don't know. I really like the idea of living in areas where people are living differently than I'm used to, for difference sake, just to experience it.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know how to say it. So like,
because who knows if you like it? You
I'm
never
not really,
experienced it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I want to go live in a mud hut, but like in third world emerging nations, my wife and I have looked at like the South Pacific a good bit, and kind of one of our big entrepreneurial goals is that kind of ultimate freedom, right? So like, money helps you get there. How much is dependent on what your lifestyle is, but that ultimate freedom of, well, I've built my business or businesses to a point where they're systematized enough. There's no reason I can't go live in Thailand for a little while.
Yeah.
I'm a flight back if I need to be here, and I probably don't need to physically be anywhere most of the time. When we get to that point.
Yeah.
I like that idea. I like the idea of like kind of a home-based situation, probably somewhere like a Montana or somewhere just very kind of chill, neutral-ish politics, like just leave us alone.
Yeah.
Utah maybe. But then, man, I like the idea of kind of just, home is where your family is, and we bounce around, Romania, Georgia, the country.
I know you like the Dominican Republic a lot.
I love the Dominican Republic. My wife and I got married there, but it's very, well, I guess Thailand is too, hot, sticky like here, so it's like, but it's different when you're on an island. There is more breeze especially when you're near the coast, and when you're living that freer life, bathing suit and no shirt or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Who cares? You're touristy enough, so I don't have to go put on clothes and have a business meeting.
Yeah.
So,
well, I think that's like a good segue into like what I was thinking about too, is like your dream life. I think a lot of times people on social media, you can get really wrapped into like, oh, I need a Lamborghini or a Ferrari, or I need to have this kind of house, or I need to live in this place, and I need to wear this kind of things in order to be like successful or to like have made it. And I think that for me, I have aspirations to have the financial freedom. So I think money always plays a role in something. Even if people were like, oh no, I want to just live off the grid. Well, there's still some kind of monetary
starting point. Yeah. If you want a nice off-grid life.
Right. Yeah. And so, I realize that there's a spectrum really of how much money you need. Do you want a private jet? Do you want a mega yacht and all this stuff? But I think the really big thing is just like, what do you actually want out of life? Like, what are you trying to get out of life? What does your ideal life look like? And a lot of times when I picture my ideal life, there are some factors in it that are monetary, but a lot of it are about the people in my life.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
Like I imagine having a nice house with like a pool and a grassy area, but really that is because
you're not sitting there by yourself.
Yeah, it's right. I imagine my wife there with me. I imagine Letty playing. I imagine other people being at their house and like, grilling and that kind of like atmosphere is what I imagine. I don't imagine me just like sitting at my house by myself.
I completely agree with you. I guess I believe my kids are going to be very popular because most of the things I'm looking at, like some of the boats we look at or whatever, I'm like thinking like, oh, my girl's hanging out with her friends, like that, she would love to do that. Or my son going fishing with his friends, he would love to do that.
Yeah.
So these are like hypothetical kids. I don't even know, but I know my son's going to be there. I know he'll enjoy it. And I guess just like we talked about, seeing that reaction, I live for that, So like, I'll be happy, and I'm gonna get something I'm gonna have fun with too, or whatever that looks like. But
I don't know. There's something about when you become a parent that you just like become like more. I don't know if it's like a switch that kind of flips, but like your goals in life just like really change more to about
we
like.
need to look into that, talk about that, because it's like it's an oxytocin and something. It's like a little there's a drug response.
I know, but like before you had Liam, which that may be harder because you were just so much younger
Yeah.
than I was. But like, if someone was like, "What's success to you?" Like you would have probably defined it completely different. You had different motivations. Now your motivation is like for your family and stuff like that.
Oh, well,
And so I guess like when that switch happens, or like when, like I don't know. I guess I just like very confused about like what was my. I don't even know what my motivating factor used to be. You know what I mean?
It was well, I imagine for you it was probably things that were imposed upon you that somebody somewhere got it lodged in,
Yeah.
I need to do this thing.
Yeah.
I need to go. This is a good career. I like this thing. It pays a lot of money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Mine, I agree with you, man. I don't really know what my motivators were other than like,
To make money.
yeah, well, it was to make money. But before my kids, man, I really wasn't really even, I didn't think I needed to make that much money.
Right.
We started we had the gym and stuff, and it covered all my stuff, and I was doing fairly athletic stuff at the time. So
Right.
you know how it is, man. You start getting sponsored. Everything you kind of want is free.
Yeah.
And then you make some money, and I'm a classic underachiever my whole life, man. Truthfully, like I'm a smart enough guy. I can get things done quickly. So like I kind of get to a point and then go like, eh. But it was my kids where I'm like, oh wait, you're going to keep costing more money. I mean, like I want to pay for it. It's
Right,
a motivator. Right. I enjoy it, but it's like, y'all think babies are expensive, man. Try a 9-year-old.
Oh yeah.
You think one kid's expensive? Try 2, try 3.
Well, I mean,
don't have
Letty's
4,
got
but-
astronomically
Yeah.
more expensive now that I have to pay for her on a flight.
Well, you got to pay for my flight, and
Yeah.
then now all my kids eat their own meal.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well that's everywhere we go. Well, that it's each kid gets a drink. Each kid has an entry ticket to the park. Each kid, right? So it's just like okay, but that's what we do it for, man.
Right,
If you
right.
really truthfully though, I say it that way, and it does hurt in the moment, right? But we find things to be like.
be grateful for.
Be
Yeah.
grateful for.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hurts when you're like, at Six Flags and you're like, no, I just said 3 of the cheapest meals you have. And they're like, it's $185 or whatever it comes out to be.
Yeah.
And, but then later you get to laugh about it. And if you're about your business and doing what you need to be doing, you're making more money anyways.
Right. Well, so you touched on it. So now you got to talk about it because you said you'd talk about it this week. So how your gym started.
Okay. Yeah. So this is my first business endeavor.
Was it even really a business endeavor when it started?
No,
Yeah.
I did not. So I was introduced to CrossFit while I was in the Army. And so when I got out, I didn't really have anybody to do it with. And
Because CrossFit was so new at that time.
it was so new,
Yeah.
man. And like the CrossFit I'm talking about, y'all, just think like cardio weightlifting. Think like get your heart rate up, keep it up, do some weightlifting. This was like 2008, I guess. Snatches, I mean, like the loosest power session. The technique was, minimal, but nobody was really hurting themselves. It was not popular. All them videos of people like jumping around on Bosu balls and throwing barbells at each other was not done anywhere I've been. But anyways, sorry, I got to defend CrossFit for a quick second. I took so much shit over
Well,
years.
Aubrey, when she first started CrossFit, she said like the regionals she went to, because she made it to regionals,
Yeah.
was like a rodeo fairgrounds with
yeah.
like plywood on
Yep,
the floor.
plywood
It
floors,
was
baby.
nothing like what you see
The
now.
rigs used to shake, man. I did some competitive CrossFit, and as a bigger dude, whatever it is, what it is, it's part of the competitive atmosphere. I could feel that thing going, and you could just straight jack someone's whole kip up just by like flexing your body right, and they'd be like, "Oh, shit." Whatever, it's fun. They get it. They'll do it back to me at some point. So, anyways, no, all right. So yeah, circa say 2008, trying to find people to work out with. I think we threw something out. I think I had a little group that I was working out that I had. We were working out at a park, like a walking park over there. It's at the Magnolia Club or the one up Balboa.
Oh, I'm not familiar with that area that well.
All right.
But
Well,
yeah.
anyways, we would kind of rotate around, but it had like, pull up bar and like people would like bring like a barbell and stuff, right? So
So it's just like a BYO gym situation.
ghetto, right? But it was, people was just like, hey, come work out with us.
Yeah.
And truthfully, man, it was like, hey, is there a place we could, we want to do this more. So we rented a place over off of Frankfurt Avenue, where the AC repair thing is. Those like little tiny storage things.
Okay.
So this thing was like 800 square feet, maybe, with a little ghetto bathroom in it.
Yeah.
And
it was almost like a storage facility on steroids a little bit.
Quintessential CrossFit gym.
Yeah.
Circa when we were starting.
Yeah.
We had the galvanized pipe with the flanges, like just straight screwed in, like snapped when we had people on there. We didn't know anything about like
there wasn't
insurance.
Well, I mean, Rogue was Rogue even a thing?
If Rogue, I don't remember. Probably. But we couldn't afford to go to them because I didn't have no money. So.
And nothing like they are now.
Oh, no. Yeah. When Rogue came out, it was just like barbell and their rig and like, a couple of things.
Yeah. I feel
they didn't have really anything. They resold people stuff. The other big company at that time was Again Faster. And that was like all, China. The guy who started is a good dude. But it was all Chinese stuff. But they had great customer service. So it was like, yep, barbell bent. Here's another barbell. Whereas like Rogues just wouldn't bend though.
Yeah. Right.
So it's like, I don't know what you want to pay, But anyway, so I mean, really, so anyways, back to it. We rented this place off of Frankfurt Avenue here in Panama City, Florida. Little tiny nothing space. And we started a gym. And we started charging memberships. And yeah.
And so how many members did you have maybe like the first couple months?
Oh, we grew out of that place so quick. I don't even think we were there. We were there maybe 4 or 5 months. And we moved over to near Bay High School. So we probably got, I don't know, 20 members, 30 members pretty quickly out of that place. The big issue was everybody had to come at basically the same time because everybody works, right? So
right.
We could have a morning class, and then we had like 2 night classes. Nobody came during lunch except for what started becoming our coaches, because people that had, for whatever reason, they could just work out all day.
Yeah.
Like fitness influencer wasn't a thing back then. So like, I don't know, it's various scenarios of why they were able to do that.
I still see people at the gym at random times. I'm like, what do you do for a living?
Yeah, what do you do? You got a pretty chill life. But anyway, so we moved into a bigger facility. We were there for...
What was the marketing like in the beginning? Like, how did you market it at all?
Word of mouth. The whole time,
people just friends telling friends.
Mm-hmm. The whole time, man. When we closed it after the storm hit, it was like, I mean, we weren't paying for any marketing. We didn't really need to, because our competition in town and our pricing structure and just our facility and coaching, really everything, everybody just kind of knew that we were the
best.
Yeah, right.
I can say it.
Yeah, we were the best.
You always tell me this about the cookies.
We were the best for sure. I wanted to kind of quantify that. Is like, I don't want to like sound, but we were the best in every way. I mean, we had a climate controlled facility. We were better equipment, more coaches, more knowledgeable coaches.
You were a professional CrossFit athlete.
Yeah.
And a coach.
Well, yeah. So, but it was my first take at business, and I wouldn't say I wish I did anything different, but it's like I learned so much.
Oh yeah,
I learned so much.
That's how I feel about Fat and Weird.
Yeah.
Not that I wish, because I love where we are now as a company, but oh my gosh, I've made so many mistakes along the way.
Well, the kind of I mean, it's a wild ride. But
how much did you charge your month's membership?
I don't remember. We were like $100 a month or something like that when we first started.
And now CrossFit gyms are easily $200.
Oh yeah. I mean, it really just depends on what you're getting. So like, kind of on the business model, if you have good coaches, effective coaches, and you need the coaching, so depending on your athletic level, you're paying like $10 a class.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you're getting $10 of value out of it, and arguably the atmosphere and the community
is worth it.
You're going to push yourself harder.
Yeah.
When your friends are in class with you.
Well, yeah, I mean,
because you
think
go
about-
to the 3:30 class every day, and they go to the 3:30 class every day. And hey, Bill, what do you think you're going to do on today's workout? I mean, the problem is finding that. So you have to go for a while. You may have to shop around gyms. We did a really good job.
and times at the same gym. Aubrey likes a certain time. I know Aubrey likes the 8 o'clock CrossFit class. She doesn't like the 9 o'clock as much. So when she gets delayed getting out of here and she has to go to the 9 o'clock, she doesn't like it as much.
So that's a preferential thing. But we stayed at that building. We expanded into our first building until the landlord just sold it out from underneath us. That sucked. So that's fun. So we had like 30 days to find another place. So we found this other place on Beach Drive, and the landlord there also sucked. The thing leaked. It was like the worst building ever. Great location, water views on the bay, but just like a shack. We were in like a weird dry spell when I looked at it, and I had no time. And then went to a weird wet spell, and it was like
pouring water down inside.
Yeah, it was terrible. So anyways, we were there for a little while, but we wound up finding a home literally across the street from here.
Yeah,
on across the street from where we are now. And I had 2 members of the gym actually help me buy that property. So they acted like private money. It's my first experience with private money. Kind of learned, Bill and Mary, thank you so much. Learn that private money exists, a lot of it, and it can be applied in the right way. We had the gym there. We actually got in.
How long was the gym at across the street from where
2
we are?
years.
2 years.
Mm-hmm. We got over there in 2016, and then the storm hit in 2018, and the bases or the Air Force Base, the hospitals, just the bulk of our membership. I mean, we went to like maybe 20% membership of what we had. So we probably lost 80% of our memberships. And that's the ones we knew about. That's the ones that like reached out and contacted us. Honestly, it hurt, man. Like people weren't canceling their Comcast bill that fast. I guarantee you. And they're like, don't charge me. I'm moving.
Yeah.
It's like, dang, y'all, we family. I mean, I get it. I wasn't going to charge you anyways.
Yeah.
I just didn't need that email right now.
Yeah. I think it also probably hurt because you knew that you were going to have to shut it down, and it was like your family. I mean, a lot of these people. I mean, like I said, we talked yesterday, but on the previous podcast about the person ordering cookies because they found out that you were involved with it. And like those people are people that I know. I see them at the gym, and you're like, oh, they used to go to my CrossFit gym.
Man, the thing I miss the most about all of that is the people. The members, man, when you're able to help somebody every single day do something, it's hard to make manageable improvements in all areas of life. But if you come and see me for an hour a day, Monday through Friday, a month from now, 3 months from now, you're going to physically, you're going to see it. You're going to feel it. Everybody's going to tell you how good you look, You want to feel better about your life? Get in shape. Everybody around you will tell you how amazing you look.
Yeah.
They'll be like, you look great. You look so good. You don't have to buy anything. You don't have to buy no clothes. You don't have to do nothing, man. But doing that for people was huge. I missed the hell out of that. So in a perfect life, and maybe it's something on the internet. I don't know. But just having the ability to kind of help people, maybe influence people just in a way that is positive for their life.
Yeah. Well, who knows? I mean, soon we may have enough money from our other endeavors to start another gym and
maybe
build that community aspect.
Absolutely, man. The physical side of it is just huge,
Yeah.
It's,
Aubrey's kind of done that with Memories Over Macros. She has her like Facebook group, and a lot of the people in there have been like family. Megan that came to visit us is part of the Memories Over Macros program and was before
Hi, Megan.
we met. So, yeah. So that's just another thing. But I guess, the gym started out as a business. It became a business. It started out as something. It started out something you were passionate about.
Yeah, like a hobby.
Something you're passionate about. So, what advice do you think you would give to people for like turning their passion or their hobby into a business? And should you turn your passion or hobby into a business?
That's the real question.
Yeah,
that's the first question. Should you?
Yeah. I just know a lot of people.
If you love what you do, love it. Be careful, because let me take it back. So I owned a gym because I really enjoyed coaching people, even like here with employees or whatever. I enjoy that part. Doing all the athletic stuff, even some of the fancier, like the grid stuff that I did, it actually kind of burned me out because I really wanted to be helping people. Like I felt like I was working too much on myself. I needed to help people. And I kind of did that with the team. And I think that's why I got along with everybody. Because I'm like, man, let me help you.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, yeah, I mean, just to give people background, when I decided to do my running every day, you were like, I want to help you run. Like, I want to help.
Right.
You know?
Right. So that was like kind of like my main motivator. That was my main motivator.
Into that. So if you feel like you really, truly love something.
So if you purely enjoy cookies.
Yeah, I was gonna say a baker. I really love.
If you
baking,
enjoy the smile on someone's face when they try your product, then yes, you need to get that out and you need to get it to the world. You are going to have to deal with the sour faces that you get from people who just they're haters. But whatever, it's subjective. It's a taste thing, right? Or
they just don't get it.
They don't. Well, yeah, either they don't get it, or maybe they just don't like your product. Like some people don't like mayonnaise or mustard or whatever, right?
That's some people would say
that's
like,
an opinion.
Literally, people would be like, I don't like your cookies, and I'm like, I tell them, I'm like, I'm sorry that you don't like our cookies, but it's just like, our cookies are the best.
They're the best.
Sorry that they don't align with your taste buds.
Yep. Sorry, you're wrong. But no, so I mean, you're just gonna have to deal with some of that noise that's out there, right? But then if you are in love with that feeling that I see happiness, joy, whatever, yes. If you're I don't know how to describe it. You basically either if you want to scale your business, meaning you want to produce more of what you're doing, you are going to have to take a cut in perfection somewhere along the lines. You don't accept it. You constantly chase perfection. You don't accept the divot, but it's coming. It's there.
Well, yeah.
There's only one Michelangelo.
Right.
When we try to redo his stuff, there's gonna be a very Michelangelo-esque. But
right. It's kind of like if you make yourself a key component in your businest, you've limited your business's growth to you.
Oh, 100%.
So,
and without giving, that is some of the quickest advice I could give anybody that's starting a business is don't market it around how amazing you are if you ever want to be able to step aside and grow your business.
Right. So, for example, if you really love baking cookies, then starting a cookie company may not be the best idea for you, to add on to what you're saying, because eventually to grow your cookie company, you can't be the one baking every batch of cookies, mixing every batch of cookies. You could still do it, but there's going to be a lot of stuff that takes you away from that. It's going to be easier to hire other people to do the fun stuff, and you have to start taking the admin work. But if you love the joy, so I love to feed people.
Same.
You'll know we go out to eat. I'm like, try this. It's so good. Try this. My dad's the same way. That's probably where I get it from. My dad will literally ask you to take a bite of something that he's got on his plate, and like if you refuse, I feel like he'll hold you down and he'll pour it into your mouth.
Must eat this.
Yeah, he's like, you have to do this, and I do get joy out of sharing food with people. I think it's something
Breaking
that
bread, man.
our family always did, and so that to me is the cookie company. Definitely started as a side business. I never thought it would be what it is today. But, I am not in the kitchen mixing cookies anymore. I'm not panning cookies anymore. But I am still getting to experience the joy of people that get to try our cookies.
Well, you get to spread the reach, right? You get to go from when you're in the heat, in the thick of it, doing everything. You can't have your head up long enough to go like, oh, there's people over there that want to try our cookies too.
Yeah.
So like, you got to get people going. All right, guys, I need you to cover this. Hey, let's try and go over there. All right, guys, we're gonna go over here.
Yeah.
So but I guess more to clarify my total point. Some people enjoy baking or cooking. I enjoy cooking, but I enjoy it like cathartically.
Right.
I want to do the best job. I do enjoy when people are like, "Oh, Adam, your food's so good," for sure. But like, I'm not really trying to put it out there at open market. I'm not really trying to compete per se because I don't want to stress out about that thing. I want to just go home and cook something up for my family.
It can take the love away.
It does.
Yeah.
So like if you really thoroughly I don't know how to describe that, but if there's like cooking is something I don't want to.
If your woodworking is a cathartic,
yes, that's a great
relaxing thing that you do, and all of a sudden someone's like, you should start selling these pieces, and so you get out there and you start stressing about making it perfect to sell it, and then you're worried about what people think. But
some of those artists do it well, because I mean, you can get online, man, even on Etsy, you can be like, okay, bro, you want $30,000 for that dining table? Hell yeah, good on you. I'm not hating. I don't know what goes into the table.
I think that becomes more of an art than it.
Yeah, well, I mean, but then it's like, okay, I got to buy my table.
Well, yeah, that's what it's.
Or don't.
Yeah, I think that. Well, that's true. I was going to say back to the baking thing. You can always just start pricing yourself so expensive that only people that truly want to support you do it. But I care. Yeah, I care more about getting to the masses.
Yeah, man, dude, we're gonna put a smile on so many children and adult children's faces that I mean. That's so
adult children.
Well, yeah, whatever, man. Like, so, we talk about rewards or whatever. We talk about stuff, man. A big one for me is emotional rewards of, even like when I had the gym, I didn't make much money, but I got to help a lot of people.
Right.
Well, the smiles that are going to be on faces, man.
Right.
Like, that is an emotional reward.
Yeah.
I don't know. You're going to be eating our cookies around the holidays. You're going to be eating our cookies like around birthdays and celebratory times.
Yeah, anytime there's an event.
They're already doing it now, but it's like you're going to be baking them in your house. I don't know, man. I think it's just cool. I think it's super cool.
Yeah, it's cool to think about the amount of households that because I've always said one of the largest barriers that Fat and Weird has now is the accessibility.
Yes.
And it's the accessibility from the standpoint of not that you can't easily buy our cookies, it's the time it takes to ship it to you. Yep. We have to make it. So if it's Friday and you go, oh crap, I've got to bake cookies tomorrow for so-and-so's party, you're not going to buy Fat and Weird cookies. You're going to go to Crumble and get second-rate cookies because you don't have any other option. But now you'll be able to go to the grocery store. You'll be able to buy a pack of Fat and Weird cookies and you'll be able to bake them for the party.
Well, and I mean, yeah. We're going to be in the grocery store. So obviously people are going to be going to the grocery store exclusively for Fat and Weird cookies, and they're going to buy other groceries. But hypothetically, even if it was the other way around, where they were going there for groceries and they see our product and they buy that.
I mean, I feel like that's most of my dessert purchases.
Yeah, right? That's most dessert purchases.
I'm walking down the ice cream aisle and I go, ooh.
Well, so our branding looks killer. We can throw that up on one of these, but the branding looks killer. We're only going to make it better. Our cookies are getting better every day. So is our processes.
Yeah.
The people that are going to be exposed to our brand are going to be doing it in a way that we can't possibly touch by just doing the internet.
Right.
Without such deep pockets, if we could go.
Well, and there's people that aren't on the internet.
Dude, I know.
I know. Is your mom on the internet?
Oh yeah, my mom does.
Probably.
Yeah, she does plenty of stuff, but no, she's not gonna TikTok.
But I was gonna say, my grandparents aren't really on the internet, and I know plenty of people. I mean, shoot, our president of sales doesn't have any social media.
Right.
So he watches YouTube videos and stuff, but that's actually how he found out about me.
He's 30.
Yeah. So
he's an old soul.
Yeah. But,
hi, Christian.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm really excited about the future and all that stuff. Before we wrap up everything today, I wrapped up my 30-day challenge.
Oh, I know, man. So, bum knee and everything, bro.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
I went pretty hard on that last run. So I was like, I'm going to at least jog this because it was hurting me bad yesterday. Yeah. To the point where I went and saw the PT yesterday just so he could look at it again, and he taped up my knee and he's like, honestly, you can stretch your hamstring all you want, but your hamstring's so inflamed that rest is the only thing that's going to fix it.
You're inflaming it by stretching.
Yeah, he's like, I could work out your hamstring right now, but he said it would fatigue it so hard when you ran later, I'd worry you would hurt your knee because of your hamstring. He said without your hamstring, your leg would be like a German soldier. He said it would just flick out.
Oh yeah, and fall back. Or
right.
Whatever.
Essentially, he said your leg would just be like, blah. So I was like, okay, well, so I told myself I'm going to run. Now, obviously wanted to run my best time, but I didn't think that was going to be a possibility. So I got out there. I started my watch. And I started jogging, and I immediately am kind of limping into the jog.
Right.
And probably about, I don't know, a tenth of a mile in, I was like, you know what? I feel like I've warmed it up enough that I can get into a groove now. And I looked at my watch and I was on a 7:15 pace, which is like
that's fast, man.
But it was an average.
That's quick.
But it was like a little bit quicker than my average time.
Yep.
And I said, I'm gonna break 7 minutes.
Oh yeah.
So I
Time
started
to turn it on, boy.
I started running hard. And my knee wasn't bothering me that much in the run. I mean, I felt it, and there's times that, like, especially when I would have to go, when the road joins in for the sidewalk and it kind of goes down. I have to be careful how I was stepping because I didn't want to
buckle.
Yeah, buckle. I mean, I'm concerned.
Sure,
I was concerned,
man. You don't want to eat it.
Yeah,
I mean, your knees already hurt.
I was concerned about
your face.
tearing the ACL or doing something like that, or doing something bad just because my knee was so fatigued. But I didn't look down at my watch again, and I just started running hard. And I said, when my ear pods tell me my mile time, I'll slow down.
Yeah.
And when it said 6:56, I was like, hell yeah, because
I
beat my fastest time by like 3 seconds.
Yep. And
then I stopped running, and I just started walking, and my knee immediately just started
getting swollen.
Oh yeah. It's literally the moment I stopped running.
Yeah, circulation slows down. It's like, buddy.
And I felt like someone had just taken a baseball bat just straight to my knee.
Yep. Cue in the hello darkness, my old friend. It's just getting you.
And so I had to walk about 0.2 miles back to the house, and the whole time I'm limping hard. And I get upstairs and Aubrey just looks at me and she's like, what have you done? And I was like, I wanted to do really well in this last run, and I went hard, and now I'm going to be paid for it. And she goes, I don't want to hear you complain on the cruise if your knee is hurting you.
Well, you're going to, because I complain if my knee hurts, but I'm also a man, said I was going to do it, and you did it, bro. Yeah. Fuck yeah. 30 days, baby.
I finished the 30 days. I did say in my YouTube video, Wrap It All Up, that I want to do this again, and I obviously want to run every day. Mm-hmm. But I'm proud because in life, things are not going to go your way or the way you have planned, and you have to be able to adapt and finish it out. And people are like, you could have quit. You had every reason that you could have stopped going. But I also feel like I'm a man of my word, and if you called me and said, hey, I have a flat tire, I need you to come pick me up, and then on my way something happened and I decided that it just wasn't worth it. I don't know. It's just like you've got it. You need to push through and do what you say you're going to do, even if the circumstances aren't the same and now you're more inconvenienced than what it was. Maybe I got a better analogy. You want me to pick you up at the airport at 7:00. Now something's happening that's going to occur at the same time, and I've got to forego this event that I originally had planned. But that's life. Things happen, and you need to follow through with what you say you're going to do, because your word is one of the only things that you have that you can control 100%.
Well, and the only thing it's discipline, right? Yeah. You say you're going to do it, right? We talked a little bit about this. Do it. That's it. Everybody's going to tell you it's okay to quit because they're quitters.
You can make an
Somebody
excuse
tells
for
you
anything.
quit. Yeah, it's okay to quit, man. It's okay for you to quit. It's not okay for me to quit. I'm not quitting. I may decide to stop doing something, right? I'm not mincing words, right? I've quit doing things, but it's because I made a decision to some process of
you didn't do it because life got hard.
Got hard. No, most of the time I've quit when shit got easy.
Yeah.
I mean, if you own track record there, man, normally my life's coasting pretty chill, and I'm like, fuck this, I want to do something else.
Yeah, harder.
So kind of.
Yeah, you want to join Fat and Weird at the hardest time.
Yeah, man. I like tough stuff, and it tests you, man, and shows you what you're made of, and we've all got baggage, but some of mine is needing to constantly know what I'm made of. So.
But the good news is my knee is actually not that bad today.
You were walking way better on it
yesterday. I went to our local dispensary and got some THC CBD rub for it, and it has been very helpful. And I've been rubbing on my hamstring and my knee, and I think it's been.
I bet that is help. Because what CBD really is. Kind of shines in the anti-inflammatory stuff.
There's been a lot of research to show that even the topical CBD on top of pain medication makes it more, it increases the efficacy of it.
Okay, anything to help people not take all them damn
When my dad
painkillers.
did his shoulder surgery, I gave him CBD to rub on his shoulder, and he said that it definitely amplified the effects of his pain medication, and he was able to taper off his pain medication quicker, which obviously you want to do with opioids. You want to get off those opioids quick.
Opiates make me sick as a dog.
But so I think that I've taken some medicine this morning. I took some ibuprofen and acetaminophen at like 7 a.m. And so we're
cool, man. 2 o'clock.
I'm feeling good. So I may take a little bit more like later in the day to get me through the rest of the day. But no, I'm actually very thrilled with how my knee is. And also there's nothing looming in my mind about like, if my knee was like hurting a little bit now, it was more about like, I'm about to have to go run on this.
How about Dr. Cotton coming through in the clutch?
Oh, Dr. Cotton definitely helped out with that cortisone shot.
Thank you, bro. Thank you so much.
Adam called up one of his friends, which, believe it or not, I had met him before because my dad's in FFL and he was buying the gun for my dad.
Wow, small world. Right?
And so I just didn't put it together, but yeah, he gave me a cortisone shot in my knee, which definitely has helped with the inflammation. Yeah. And really at this point now I'm just dealing with inflammation.
Yeah. But you want to be comfortable on the cruise and stuff, man. If you got to come back and gimp around, it'll be after the cruise, right?
For sure.
Get you through it.
Yeah.
So
I think that with the rest and keeping to add this CBD and THC cream on there, I think I'm going to be good because today is the first day that my knee like isn't just throbbing sitting.
Okay.
Every day, like when I was just sitting, I would feel my knee like
still ice that bad boy.
Oh yeah.
Too,
and I last night wore the Norma Tech boots. Aubrey likes to wear them at night.
She's like, man,
she's like, this is so relaxing.
It is.
So
noise and everything.
Adam has these like those Normatec boots that are just like air compression essentially.
They're great.
And so essentially when I got done running and I showered, I put those boots on and I sat there for 20 minutes.
I used to wear them when I would like squat all the time. So I would wear them and I would like sit in like one of those kind of like just cheap like gravity chairs.
Oh yeah.
Not like an inversion, but
like the zero gravity chairs.
So to get the like inflammation out of my legs between events and stuff. So yeah.
That's smart.
Get the blood out.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah. Because I'm sure you had a pump.
Pump suck, bro. And then you try to run and you look all stupid.
But no, that's it. I just wanted to finish up with saying I officially finished the challenge, and Aubrey is really excited. I told her in September we're going to start our 30 days of CrossFit.
Let's do it. Y'all got to give us some workouts you want us to do, and they're not going to be hella long workouts, okay?
No.
They're not going to be long. I can't keep my heart rate up that long anymore. I'll die. We'll work back to it.
I know.
But in 30 days, it's going to take at least 30 days to get me in a 40-minute chipper.
The reason I started the run was because I wanted to improve my cardiovascular a little bit just because I feel like it had been slacking. So, I'll tell you, after my 656, I was breathing like I was trying to suck down air because I was just like, but it's okay.
I know that feeling.
I'll get there eventually. I'll get better.
It's the best. I love that feeling.
But all right. Well, you're worth it. Do hard shit.
Later.